Hi, and welcome to Going From Heavy to Light. Any of you who've been following me probably know that last week on day 26, which was a Tuesday, I had made the statement that I'm going to stop doing daily videos because I was really feeling very emotionally light with my relationship with food, and that I was just going to continue the Friday kind of weigh-in recap videos. So I hadn't done a daily one since Tuesday, and then I did my weigh-in on Friday. And when one of my sons had seen the video on Friday, and he got in touch with me and he said, "Ma, please don't stop doing the daily videos. It's just like when your clients stop doing their tricks to make it stick, and they may fall off a little bit and not really stick with what they had planned." He said, "I don't want to see you doing that." So I said, "Oh, I really appreciate that, but there's nothing I really feel the need to talk about in terms of my relationship with food feeling heavy, because it just doesn't." So now what I want to tell you about is what happened yesterday. We had 10 people at our house for a potluck dinner, and I had spent the entire day cooking and preparing for it. And I knew ahead of time what I wanted to have. I knew what some of the people were bringing, but not everybody. So what I was planning to have for my dinner was the roasted vegetables that I was making, salad that someone else was bringing, and the fruit salad that someone else was bringing. So I knew that that was going to make me happy and comfortable and satisfied. But that's not how it played out. So I wanted to share what happened, because I could see that it is easy to fall back into some old patterns. So what happened was, the salad that the person brought, it didn't do it for me. It just didn't have enough things in it that really interested me and made me feel satisfied from that point of view. I did have the roasted vegetables that I made, and that was fine. And then from the fruit salad, she put Grand Marnier in it. I guess that's what it's called. And I don't like to use up calories on alcohol, so I didn't have the fruit. So what ended up happening was, I wasn't really feeling satisfied. And as I said, I'd been working all day cooking, and I just was feeling like I really needed to feel satisfied. I had made a lentil loaf, and I've never tried this before, but everybody was wild about it. So what I found myself doing was to saying like, "Oh, I'll just have a little piece of that," which I did, and it was really, really good. And then one of my friends brought these biscuits that she made, and I wasn't planning on having that. But when I went into the kitchen at one point, after the food was already brought in from the dining room and I was bringing dessert out, I saw that there was half of a biscuit sitting there. So I cut that half into half. So I was like, "Oh, I want to just try this." So I ate a quarter of that biscuit, and it was really, really good. So then I brought the desserts out, and I had made these, which are thumbprint cookies. So before I knew it, I was having one of those. And I made these little apricot bars, and before I knew it, I had one of those. And then I went back in the kitchen, and I had the other little piece of that biscuit. So did I blow it? Did I, binge? Absolutely not. Back in the day when I was a binge eater, what I would be doing is, as I was walking in, let's say to the kitchen from the dining room, if I had the biscuits with me, that tray, and to bring it into the kitchen, I would be eating them when my back is facing my company. And I would, they wanted me to keep the biscuits, and there were like 8 left. And so way back then in the past, I would be like, "Sure, I'll keep them." And I would probably have eaten all of them before I went to bed at night. And with my little thumbprint cookies, I probably would have had 6 or 8 or 12 of them or whatever. That was back in the days of binging. And as you know, I no longer do that sort of thing. But the reason for this, this video challenge of what I've been doing is that I wanted to finally put an end to the story of, well, my relationship with food is so much better, but it's not perfect. I wanted to finish the job. And so you might be thinking, well, it's not so bad if you had a little this and a little that, and you tasted, the biscuit. And right, there's nothing awful about that, but that is exactly what has kept me going up and down 5 to 8 pounds over the last few years, where I'm not finishing the job. And that was the whole purpose. So I wasn't thinking clearly yesterday, and it just showed me how easy it is to, as I said, to fall back into old patterns. So when I got into bed, I was feeling a little bit fuller than I would like, and I felt the same way this morning. But the good thing is I got right back on, and I'm going to be juicing at dinner tonight, and you know, everything's under control, and I'm feeling great. But I felt like it really is good for me to get back into doing these videos. My son is right that I don't want to lose track. You know, I had so many years of having a little this and a little that, and I just don't want to let that keep happening. So I feel like it's kind of good to be accountable, to be doing these daily videos. And so what I'm going to call this is day 32, even though I stopped doing them on 26, because it's not about how many days, like what number day the video is, it's how many days am I actually on this journey going from heavy to light. And I have continued the journey since I began it. So that's why I'm calling today day 32. And I think that's it for now. Thanks for listening, and thanks for the support, all of you who reach out to me in private messages and phone calls and texts and everything. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.